You are now with Demigod.
That's a shameless plug. Go
But,
listen to that.
why you look at me when you said Summer Walker?
I'm not calling you Summer Walker.
Oh, you just looked at me.
You
like,
over it.
You said.
What you scream on this podcast all the time.
Said,
Niggas ain't what?
Summer
I think she
Walker.
needs to stop. We gotta stop saying that too.
Huh?
We gotta stop that.
What?
Niggas ain't shit.
Cause it's not true.
Chris,
It's
please.
not true.
Chris, you can't listen.
With the
You want to
today.
hear my my saying? This is why you shouldn't defend niggas ain't shit, right? Yeah. We got a guest episode. We got a guest in today's episode. Marlette, come on down. What'd you have to ask?
Go ahead.
Yo, that's funny as hell. But listen, this is why you don't defend niggas ain't shit.
Why?
Because
I know.
you happen to be of the percentage of men who are shit.
But-
Correct?
but
wait.
Uh-huh.
Listen for a second.
Yeah.
You're from a percentage of the men who are shit, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. There's plenty of men outside of you
What percentage?
that I don't know the percentage.
Would you say majority?
I don't know.
I disagree. Oh.
Because she's not saying all men ain't shit.
Mhm.
She said
Niggas ain't
So
shit.
can we throw in
So if
certain?
you don't classify,
Can we say certain?
why you have to say that?
Can we say certain?
Why
No.
you say it? Why you have to say that?
Niggas ain't shit, bro.
Can we
Like,
say certain?
for the most
It's,
part,
listen, it's a blanket.
niggas
It's,
fuck-
You know why?
suck.
You know why? I think you know
there's
what? I
just
didn't
no way around that.
Okay, and this is why I explain myself. This is why I'm gonna explain myself. This is why I don't like it. Because I feel like
this is why I don't.
no,
like
I feel like most women feel that way, and I think a lot of the there's turmoil in the dating world right now. I'm not in the dating world, but I have friends speak about it, and I think that both sides have beef with each other, and they bring that into relationships where like their guards are always so up, and I think for us to get our guards back down on both sides, we have to come to our first thought is like, you know, we love and respect the other side, not bitches ain't shit, not niggas ain't shit. I feel like both those need to go away, and we need to come again to relationships, to people, each other, with our guards back down. But I think we can't get there until we believe and that we love and respect the other side, regardless.
I think.
I
Yeah.
completely like I understand that, but like when you get ready, you come on here and say that women need to take accountability and all this woman nonsense.
For sure.
So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna say that you niggas ain't shit, cause yeah, like when it come down to it,
Yeah.
y'all be fucking up.
I'm
Y'all
gonna say
niggas ain't
30% of men.
Nah, it's bigger than that.
I'm gonna say
Bigger.
like
40.
60,
I-
maybe
60?
75.
No.
So what
Yeah,
makes a guy not shit?
75.
Huh?
What makes a guy not shit?
What classifies it?
Yeah, what would put him in that not shit category? Then I could know.
To me-
I need
to
to know
me-
the criteria.
Alright, if you
A bum ass
if you
nigga.
lying if you lying to get what you want, you ain't shit.
Straight
Okay,
up.
To me,
I can agree with that.
Keeping it player is like you.
Would you be a chronicle liar or like say? I try to understand. Would they be like someone who always lies?
Whoa, what do you even mean by that?
I mean, like they lying all the time. Like I know some people who like made a mistake and lied. I know people.
Are you
who
just
really
gonna be a liar
lying.
one time? You're gonna be a liar.
Like lying to get what you want, bro. Like that ass like, oh, you my everything. You feel me? Like,
Oh, see,
like, you
I
feel me?
understand
That's
that.
some lame
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
To
I
me,
feel
like that you ain't shit.
Yeah.
If you're not taking care, if you not taking care of your responsibilities, whether it be like,
I was gonna say kids. I was gonna say definitely put them over there.
I was gonna say definitely like,
Yeah, we
with
don't fuck with
That's the
niggas with
worst kind.
kids.
meaning like
Sick.
children, or like if you have a family
Mm-hmm.
construct and you're not like putting your best forward to like provide for your family.
Yeah, I think that's
Like that's definitely.
I think
part
that's
of
the
ain't
biggest. The biggest.
Shit. If you married and you out here trying, you feel me, get some shit on the
Yeah,
side.
that's not cool.
You ain't
That's not
shit.
Cool. That's not cool.
What else?
Immoral.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, I seen some shit like going to school.
Would
like,
lazy count?
Yeah, but that don't make you that make you ain't shit. Not with women. You ain't shit just because you lazy. You feel me?
Okay.
But yeah, there's certain thing like I'm not saying you got to be the most perfect human being. I'm not, because I hate that whole sim thing. Oh, you're supposed to treat your girl like a queen. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to treat the person how you want to treat your person.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And if that's not adequate to what they like, then you fucking move on amicably. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I think we get caught up.
So 70% of men fall in that category.
I feel like a lot of men do
Absolutely.
fall in a certain category, because like I don't know a lot of men that are honest, have their way, I mean, like, a lot of my boys, you feel me? They definitely stand up people, or else I really wouldn't be friends with them. You know what I mean? But I do know a lot of dudes that are like, be with a girl and get in a relationship for a month just so they get hit. Like, to me, that's corny. Like, that's corny.
I feel like most men I know aren't that way.
I don't know, bro. Like, I had some. I don't know, bro. I done seen some shit, from like some people, like a person, right? That I went to school with.
They look so fed up, bro. She looks so.
He was in a relationship and he cheated, right? This nigga was in a relationship and he cheated.
Yeah.
And instead of, I mean, it's bad enough you cheated, but instead of him cheating with just like a random girl, like, he hit one of his boys' girl.
Whoa.
Like, to me, that's like,
whoa.
you doubling
That's
shit.
regular.
You feel me? Like, it's bad enough you was doing one thing. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh,
That's
he ain't
some
shit, he cheated.
regular ass
You
shit.
feel me? Because everybody's sentiment on cheating is their own.
He did
But
what?
the fact that, like, you feel me? That's the extra mile of ain't being shit.
Wow.
So,
okay,
like, you defending niggas like that, you shouldn't be defending.
No,
them.
hell, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's some people out there doing some.
Okay, so
wacky shit,
then that means that we have a responsibility to help those men end up in better places.
Nah.
As a podcast.
Oh yeah. Definitely as a platform. You feel me? Tune in and learn yourself something. But
wow,
I don't think we should defend that behavior.
No,
What?
hell no.
Wait, this is what you say.
You guys just taught me something.
This is what you say. Like, when they say niggas ain't shit, they aren't. But I'm just not one of them. That's my sentiment.
So I would like to know what percentage of we think a realistic percentage.
Like 70.
Damn.
Nah.
What do you get?
I feel like that's too high.
What do you get?
Yeah.
I'd say like. I think it's more than half.
I
More than
say
half, okay.
70.
I would say 56%.
Okay, we give majority. So who do you blame for that? If majority of men are, what do you
Society.
blame? So you blame society?
Yeah. Because, I mean, what's the percentage of... Let's get into this, Chris. What's the percentage of women that ain't shit?
What are we going to classify for women that ain't shit?
Well, let's go through it just like we did for men. Wait. Welcome back to another episode of the Demigod Chronicles. This is your boy, Asante Daya, a.k.a. Demigod. And we are back on another beautiful recording day. I'm here with my peoples. Feel me? Man, I ain't even see them in a minute. We having a good day today. Who here with me, man?
How you guys doing? This? My name's Christian. Having a great day today. Yeah, it's been a while, but I'm happy we're back. Happy we could sit and talk about things that are important in this world and bring value to your life. So, welcome.
Oh shit!
She's breaking equipment already.
You break it, you buy it.
Sorry about that, guys. Hey, it's your girl Lay. We are here in another episode, back with my brother man. Excited to be here. We haven't been here in what, like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, we've been a
lot of shit happened in 2 weeks. Yeah.
We got some nice things. We got some nice things in store for you guys. Don't worry about that.
We got to touch on a couple things. A couple things happened.
Yeah.
Some little outrages, outbursts. Yeah. Some red flags.
Yeah.
Some niggas ain't shit. Some bitches ain't shit.
That was the red flag movement.
Jamaican trips.
Perfect. We're gonna have a great day. It's gonna be great. Jamaican trips.
But look, right? We love being a credible source of media and information, and we feel like it's really information that you guys need. You know, that you come to us for. So with that being said, we want to deep dive back into the topic of why women ain't shit. Let's go, Chris.
Oh, we're gonna start that now.
Yeah, let's get it.
So this is we're gonna do the red. So we get in the background too. The red flags. And
No. We're not doing that yet. We still continue.
It's the same conversation though.
But look, let's definitively
get
because we got the percentage of men. What was it, 56?
60. Okay, so we gotta do
70.
I said 56.
Okay, so 56.
70.
Yeah.
And 70. We're gonna say 60. We're not even do math, but 60.
Okay.
So, but remember, for men we categorize it. So how do we categorize it for women?
The women.
Oh, I can start off. That girl, what's her name? Brittany Reiner. Any girl who does what she did, automatically in that bucket.
Damn, that's a large percentage right there.
Yeah.
Gone.
See, I would say not a lot of women do that.
Not the women that we come into contact with our everyday life, but as far as the find someone successful and get pregnant by them scheme.
That's a thing.
Her things, there's specifics to her that add some seasoning on it, like the fact that she was like on him since he was in school and he was like
Yeah.
shit like
She
that.
did
That definitely adds some seasoning.
Yeah,
But the whole grand scheme of that is find someone successful or
Where's
on their
his
way to being
parents?
successful and get. It don't matter where his parents.
he's
Is your parents ever in the bedroom
grown-ass-
when you have your penis out?
Right,
Yeah,
and when you was
I know.
in college,
But you talking about
wildin',
when he was
in college,
I would hope if my parents saw me at 17, 16 dating a person like that, they'd be like, "Yo, son, what are you doing?"
But he didn't start dating her until he was like 19.
All they said she was on him since he was in high
Nah,
school.
like she
No,
saw him
college.
type shit. Like she was like,
Oh, she started her plan.
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if her plan was for him. I think it was for one of them for a fact. She was like, I'm gonna get one of them.
Young boys.
She shooting fish in a pond, bro. What do you want her to do?
She's crazy.
But all right, so her behavior like that. So we're saying getting pregnant for the trap. And make sure you
Okay,
have
yes,
your bag
that's
secured.
not
okay.
cool. So I threw it out.
Lay, you were very active in some of the things that make men ain't shit. So what are some of the things that make women not shit?
No, I also I want to say this before we get into that.
Oh,
Right?
she looked at
He's
me kind of
like-
scared.
Backtracking a little bit.
No, I'm not backtracking
Talk.
because the things that you guys say that women ain't shit are like things that happen. I don't want to say not as often as the ain't shit ass niggas.
I think you sound biased
Stuff.
now.
But yeah,
No,
right.
That
No,
I'm
no,
gonna throw
no.
out bias. I'm gonna call out bias.
No,
on
I
that.
don't think it's biased.
I
at
think
all.
so. Like I
I
think
think-
if you as a person can't openly admit wrong on both sides,
No, I definitely admit wrong
Okay,
on
you
both
have to.
sides. I definitely do, but I think in more like regular day to day, like more things that we see, like I feel like we can sit here and we can like find statistics or like look at things in like the grand scheme or like look at things like I don't know, search things up, but like in our regular day to day, like I know y'all have experienced some shit in college and y'all know some niggas that have said some shit to y'all that have been like, ooh, we.
like I'm sorry, no, we can't do that.
And then
No,
Wait,
you can't do that.
wait,
You can't do that.
but-
And this is why. One, I'm gonna just from what you said. One, this is the major reason why you can't do that. Because you also have to expect that your one perspective or your one thing that you've seen in this life and world, there are billions of people living. So for you to say we're gonna ignore all the studies and all the questions we've asked people around the world and just say that's all cool, but from what I've seen in my experiences is a more reflection of reality on a game scale. You can't do that.
no, I understand like the perspective of like the internet and stuff, and I feel like that kind of can, I guess, confirm or like deny some of the things that we see in our day to day, but that's not like regular day to day stuff.
But it's
like,
not just the internet now. It's also
or-
studies that
or
research labs have done.
studies or whatever. We can, that's only to confirm and deny whatever, but that like regular day to day, like things that we experience, like that's the reality.
So let me ask you a question. No, I'm asking a question.
Yeah.
So do you think your life is a better predictor of a reality than everyone, like than the collective worlds put together?
Of my reality, this
But
is
no. Of
no.
reality, not your reality. Of reality.
Yo, you have to understand that we all live our own lives. Like at the end of the day, like when we open our eyes, it's our reality. Like this is like our life. Like we can see things in other people's eyes, and we can go on the internet and we can research as many things, and that gives us the information. Yes, that confirms and denies. Yes, that gives us the numbers. Yes, we can always go back to that. Yes, I don't want to ever not acknowledge that. But in our day-to-day and in reality, like we have to move a different way because we like actually are living in this shit. Like,
Yeah. But all right, so I agree with what you're saying, and I definitely understand what you're saying. My only thing is that we definitely just said, or we agreed the fact that like there's men that do things that aren't, are unsavory. I guess we would call it. So right now, if we're trying to figure out what things that are you saying there's women that don't. We're not denying the fact that there might be more men that ain't shit or women. That's not the thing that we're talking about. I'm trying to figure out if you agree that there's certain factors that make women not shit, because
Of
you just brought
course.
up the fact that men ain't shit, and we agreed with you that we just
There's
broke down.
things that make women not shit. Yes.
So what
of
do you think are
course.
some of them?
Women can be sneaky.
Sneaky and what, like cheating?
Yeah, sneaky and cheating, sneaky and being like deceitful,
Okay.
deleting, false narratives.
All right. There's definitely a lot of people that do that. So
Mm-hmm.
what I was gonna definitely say that, like, women that kind of put, like they'll spin a situation because they know something is like a hot top, not a hot topic. I shouldn't call it that, but if it's like a current issue, like they'll try to pass something off as something else. Like you've seen cases where like women will be like, oh yeah, he did this to me or he did that to me, and it would only be to rip this man down from his stature. And they'll come out later and be like, oh, he didn't really do that. This happened or that happened or whatever. I think women that do, like, the people that happened to, definitely an issue. You feel me? And that's definitely a problem. But the women that pretend like it is, or that's what happened, and then they come out later and say, like, oh, wait, but that's not what happened. Like, he didn't really do this or he didn't really do that. I think those women ain't shit. Because you shouldn't be able, we spoke about this on here before. You shouldn't be able to, like, falsely accuse someone knowing that you're doing that to kind of, like, defamate their character or whatever the case may be, and then after the fact you want to say like, oh, like, yeah, that didn't really happen or this didn't really happen. Like, if it really happened, it really happened. If it didn't, it didn't. But if you're one of those women that kind of like, I'm gonna walk that fence because I know pretty much until like the details come out, like people are gonna believe me, then you fall in that category. Ain't shit women.
Yeah, with that though, like I feel like you can like I don't know how to explain it. Like that falls into the line of like being deceitful.
Yeah.
So like I feel like with women, like we could be sneaky, like very sneaky and lie about a lot of little shit that doesn't have to be like necessary. I think like with women, like if we've mentioned this before, okay, to the point of this like lying, and I know we don't really want to talk about it, but like women like to lie on men about rape, and I know it's like a sensitive topic and we don't want to get too much into it because like I don't want anybody to ever feel offended, but women tend sometimes to lie on men, and then regardless as if the woman comes out later on down the line and says that this man was telling the truth, his name is his reputation is ruined just because it was in the same line or in the same story or whatever the case is. Because
people don't really focus on the word accusation.
Right.
They hear rape and there's like, oh, he raped someone?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I think with that being said, we talked about this before. Women that do that, I feel like they should be like charged. Mm-hmm. They should like be penalized in some way for doing that. Like I never think that was acceptable, but again, I think women are just liars, deceitful, like you can be sneaky, and it's a woman's world essentially. Like if we say something, it's 9 times out of 10 gonna go that way.
Let me come clean, to be honest with you guys. From my opinion, I think men and women do wrong at about the same rate. I don't think it's majority of women. I don't think it's a majority of men. But I think women and men cheat, lie, steal at about the same rate. And I think, Lay, you're a little biased to give men 70 and say it's less than than to say it's less than majority than women. I think that's absurd, personally. But you can have your own opinion. But I'm gonna say men and women at the same rate do wrong at about the same rate. And
you think so?
I think 100%.
Like I don't. It's hard for me because like she was saying, you understand things from like your personal realm. Yeah. And then you see things that get like romanticized, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, how do we know? Like I've seen things where it's like, oh, guys say, well, women cheat more than men, and it's like, all right,
that's not true.
Exactly, you feel me? But it's like, one, where'd that study come from? Who's taking a survey to say like, oh yeah, I cheated this year? Like, how do you get that information? Two, even if it's like on the other hand, like, how do you know men would cheat more than women? Like, because there's men that's out there cheating that's not getting caught. They're not a part of the percentage. Yeah. There's men out there that are being accused of cheating or may have gotten broken up with for cheating. That might have not been the case. They might be a part of that percentage. So it's like kind of misrepresentation on both sides. So I feel like people let their scope of the world get into the play into the mix.
I think most people, especially if you're not trained, even though people who train do it too, most people are caught up in their own beliefs, assumptions, and biases. Yeah, I think that's how most people operate. Now, when you look at things on a grand scale, yeah, there's some people don't know. There's some studies that are absolutely terrible. Like, I've read how some studies were done, and they were just done completely terrible. Yeah, you know, the data isn't reliable. But when you look at human behavior, and you have, I'm talking years and years and thousands of years, I'm talking biblical at this point, where you can really watch how people have studied human behavior and came to certain opinions about human behavior. And I can tell you, in my opinion, from what I've learned, women and men, they do things at the wrong, they do wrong about the same rate. So for us to be like, oh, women are all good, for us to say men are all good, you're lying to yourself. I think both sides are guilty of things. Both sides need to accept that we're not perfect. Both sides need to be like, yo, wow, I've done some things in my wrong. I know you've done things in your wrong. Let's work together. Let's stop saying this ain't shit. It's because it's not true. Yeah. If you could really be like, men ain't shit, women ain't shit, I think you're not looking at what you've probably done in your own life and what whatever group you're claiming to have done wrong. Same thing with, if you want to take it to male, female, race and everything. Same way how people could look at black people like, oh, black people have been to jail so much. They go to jail at such a higher rate. You know that's not true. White, black, we all do crime at about the same rate as well. Just one group is policed a lot tougher than the other group. Yeah. Simple.
Because it's rough when it gets into that, like, it's like I forgot who said it, but it's like a model. It's like what you know is what you've experienced. So, like, I'm not saying every man you met wasn't shit. You feel me? Because I know you've experienced some men that, obviously, because you spoke about before a man on here that you say you might have fumbled the bag with, and that he was a nice guy and stuff like that. So he wouldn't fall in that category. You feel me? So if you had a conversation with a girl that she only had men that treated her great, and she's like, oh no, like all men are great. Like you both would be having a conversation, but it would be from the standpoint of like what y'all experienced. Yep. And y'all both would be wrong because she doesn't know that there's men out there that get women pregnant and leave them. She doesn't know that there's men out there that beat them, that cheat on them, that do all these crazy things. And then you, like I said, not that you don't know that, but a person speaking from absolute, because I know when you say men ain't shit, you're not shit, because you have a father who is shit. So you know that you have uncles and cousins. Shit. You feel me? So you have people in your life that are positive representation of positive men. So I know that you know that, and I know that you're not all the way. Saying for the people who don't know Lay, you feel me? That, but so you having that understanding versus a person who's like they're like, no, like I've been with 3 men, they got me pregnant, they beat on me, they did this, they did that. Their scope of that, and they don't have any positive representation. Yeah. I think that's where we have to be careful, and we have to leverage both sides.
And this is why I told you guys before about us having a responsibility, because the way I see it, yeah, we might know what she means, and we might know like, but now when we're speaking to an audience who's gonna tap in and click and just listen, we have to be mindful and be like, no, not men aren't shit. Listen, guys, I've had really bad experience with some men. And listen, most of the men I've dealt with in my life are bad. And I've had terrible experience with them. But I can tell you guys, not all men aren't shit. And you guys should still have faith and go out there and talk to men and trust some men. But be better at selecting the men you talk to. I feel like that does way more good than us just getting on here saying, men ain't shit, women ain't shit. Because it's not true. Yeah. I mean, we have a responsibility as a group to give that back to people who are listening to us. And that's how I feel. And that's why, I'm not going against Slay knows I'm not attacking her. Like, that's why I press it so hard. Like, nah, men. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, when I say men ain't shit, like, it's just, like, funny. Like, men ain't shit. But, like, we come on here all the time and I tell you guys, like, X, Y, and Z or X, Y, and Z. Like, there have been good men. There have been bad men. From my eyes, it just seems like niggas a little bit more ain't shit than women. Like, I'm not letting that out.
Yeah.
Doubling down on that shit,
no, but the way she said it just now, to me, is so much more impactful than the first way.
Yeah. No, I completely understand.
You guys always come on here and talk about my dad and talk about good men that I've experienced, and I've experienced bad men. Like, y'all know that. And when I say men ain't shit, like, for the most part, it's me on here just popping shit. Like, men ain't shit. Like, but we've all had good experiences and bad experiences. It's just how we go moving forward. You just know what you like and what you don't.
Because there's somebody out there that grew up with a trust fund and they were sheltered and they vacationed every month, and they gonna tell you, what do you mean the world's perfect? There's no issues. Racism, what's that? Yeah. So it's just what you know is what you know is what you've experienced, and getting to these experiences is moving